Roger, we're here, and I know I had the sound muted on that, and I just noticed it. Oh well.
No.
Can't be perfect
That's why
every time.
it didn't have any sound.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
My bad. But anyhow, here we are at Richmond tonight with the Midnight Motorsports. And it looks like these guys have been turning some great laps out here, Roger. It's definitely a handful out here for these guys. So my hat's off to them driving here tonight, man. It's going to be a struggle, as we've known in the last week here. The tire changes that have come about in iRacing this past week has made all of these vehicles pretty tough to drive around here.
Yes, it has. It's made them a challenge to get set up so that they're manageable, especially this truck. Truck is crazy loops everywhere.
Well, you want to go do your ride-along lap, and we will ride along with you?
Here, in just a second. I'm not quite ready yet.
Okay.
I'm working on a little something. I'm going to go out and put a hot lap down for you.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be lucky if you hit a 5. But it's actually pretty stable. I think we got it now. I mean, I've already run a 50 flat in practice, and I don't think I'm going to go a whole lot faster without tape. But I'm ready to roll out and give it a ride here. If you're put the camera in here.
All right, let me get down there to you. You go right ahead, and we're gonna ride right along with you.
Really slick off the exits of both cars here. But if you're able to put the throttle down early, you can get a lot of drive and beat a lot of guys out of the corner. I'll go one more here because that really messed up my rhythm. Wow, I'm really tight now. I don't know what I did. Which isn't the typical way that you are at this track, tight. I'm usually fairly loose, and I made a couple of adjustments that actually made me really tight on exit. I did too much. Try not to spin it out on camera. Like the guy in front of me just did. But if you can't get it to roll down right in here and cut right there so that you can start putting the throttle down and get that drive off the corner, it's going to kill your exit every time. And in 3, you got to get it to do it early. You got to get it to cut here so that you can start putting the throttle down and drive it to the wider part of the track right here. And that's a couple quick laps around Richmond.
All right, Roger, thanks a lot, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, sorry I tightened it up so much I had to clip the wall right there, but I didn't want to spin it out, so.
I don't know if I can keep this headset together. I forgot to get a new one yesterday, and man, I'm telling you, this thing is just falling apart, Roger. If you'll forgive me 1 second, let me see if I can't fix this. Go ahead and do what you got to do there.
You bet. Watching several of these guys, man. Some of these guys are really fast. I know some of them have put confined tape on the truck and gone out, but I think, you know, 4s and 5s are pretty legit race laps here. I think our 1s and our 2s are qualifying tape, but you know, watching some of these guys get around here, some of them look extremely tight on entry, and I don't think the truck really is tight. I think the truck doesn't want to turn for a few laps because of the new tire model. It takes a little bit for it to get the heat in it, and without heat you have no grip, and it just pushes the nose. So it's really a struggle, and you got to find a good balance now. About 2.5 minutes, these guys will run them a little qualifying, and we'll get this thing started. Pretty much our champion's already been decided. Sean Butler, the 62-point lead with this one race to go. Nobody can catch him. Even if he had not shown up tonight, he would have won. Buddy did. The car that's not here that is kind of a surprise to me is going to be David Lancaster, who had third wrapped up. Does he show up for the race? He's not here, and we are 2.5 minutes from being out of here. I don't think he's going to make it. That's going to give third place. It's going to give somebody a shot to take third place away from him. But Robleski has 100%. He had a 30-point lead, and he's already here. But Brent Keith might be able to overtake David Lancaster just by starting and finishing the race.
All right, I'm back temporarily, Roger. I don't know. I can't fix it. There's no fix to it. It's broke. So.
Well, we do what we do. We improvise. We adapt. We overcome.
There you go.
Just like all of our favorite people in the armed forces.
I may have to just hold the dang thing on my head here.
Holler at your wife. Tell her bring a roll of duct tape. Just duct tape it to your head for the rest of the night.
Oh my God! I couldn't even imagine.
I wouldn't want to imagine taking it off.
No.
And I don't want to be there for it.
What little bit of hair I got, because I keep my hair good and short. I mean, I got a full head of hair that's good and short. That would pull it all out.
Yeah, I talked about the points and the battles, and with Lancaster not being here, he's probably going to lose the third position. So,
yeah, very tight battle coming into tonight's race. Man, I am, really impressed with the tight battle. Our champion, though, Sean Butler here, no surprise. I really didn't look for him to kind of lay out, even though he had such a lead over second place for the championship. But I expected him to be here. He said he kind of raced to get home and just made it. Has been in there turning a few practice laps, and I don't know where he's at on the charts, Roger. I didn't look.
Butler?
Yeah.
He's 5th right now.
Yeah.
Went out and threw himself a qualifying lap down real quick, I think, because I've watched him since then, and he's nowhere near that qualifying time in race trim, but he's trying to get the truck stable and make sure he can finish the race.
Well, Freidinger on the top spot, no surprise there. So, all right, well, these guys are done with practice and on to qualifying. While they're starting their qualifying, Roger will play our national anthem.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, Roger, we are back here, and thank you, Johnny Reed Foley. Great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you.
They did a great job with that.
I know you're probably right about in the middle of it right now if you're watching it.
Pretty close to the end of it right here. So, well, yeah, he did a fantastic job with that. Really, really happy that he did that for us. That is awesome.
Yes, sir.
Now, look at these times coming in. These guys are pretty much matching up to their practice times. Freidinger 114. He ran a 115 in practice. Or a 154 in practice, I'm sorry. Butler 289, and he ran a 226 or 265. These guys really backed up their times well. You know, the fast guys are at the front again. What can you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Got about 18 trucks tonight. Get us a good race in here. 120 laps tonight. Last one of these we did was 150.
Yeah, I think so.
We shouldn't have 20 cautions.
Hopefully not. Man, this headset. Doggone it. Why now? It's been fine all day. Wow. Well, we'll get through it. Oh, I don't know. Dang it. I don't know, Roger. I'm going to have to do a major overhaul here. But I'm just going to have to hold on to it for now. That's going to make my arm good and tired.
I imagine so.
To run the cameras with one hand instead of two now. Could be a little bit of a trick.
All right. Looks like about 4 or 5 trucks not going to take qualifying times. It's about 18 of them to race, and I only see about 13 qualifying times posted right now. So time is up. Nobody else is going to post. That's going to be our field, sir.
All right. So we will get down there trackside. And run down through the qualifying grid here. Get everybody on track. Gary Freidinger going to take the pole with a 21.114 in the number 18. Sean Butler in second in the 88. In third, the number 47 of Randy Angelin. How do you say that? Randy Angelin. Yes. All right. In fourth, the number 70 of Doug Lemons. In fifth, the 87 of William Toney. In sixth, the number 68 of Rick Walker. In seventh, the number 12 of Perry Snelson. In eighth, the number 9 of Mark Russell. In ninth, the number 45 of Roy Hall. And rounding out the top 10 in the number 33, Vernon Markham. Roger.
Mike Vining will start the number 14. Not his usual number. Usually he's number 19. He'll start the number 14 in the 11th position. David Robleski will start outside of him in the 21 in the 12th position. Bob Roberts in the 13 will begin the race in the 13th position. 34, Robert Summers will start 14th. Brent Keith in the 32 will start 16th. Jason Seislove 17th in the number 44. Nicholas Stone will start 19th in the number 29, and Scott Martin in the 19 is going to round the field out.
All right. 20 trucks taken to the 18, actually. Can't count you and I. So we will get back up here to our normal view. And Freidinger going to bring them to... Kind of hard to do all this stuff with one.
Yeah.
One in.
Rudy, I don't know if we skipped the 44 truck of Jason Sizlove in the 17th position. I look and see the truck, and I don't remember calling it out.
Yeah, you said it.
Good. I'm glad I didn't miss it. It's a different paint scheme for him than I'm used to seeing, and I just noticed it.
Yep, I heard you say his name, so. All right, well, Roger, get this thing off and rolling here tonight. Kick us off.
Yeah, they're going to take these guys 2 laps here for pace to get the engines up to temperature, get the field nice and squared away, and then these guys will crank it up for 120 laps. And a lot of work's been done in the last 2 hours just to get these trucks where they're good and quick and drivable. And that's a heck of a mountain to climb on a new tire model that's just really not conducive to producing drive off. And there's just a lot of people complaining about it. So hopefully everything will get squared away. We're getting a new update, I think, tomorrow. Maybe there'll be a little patch in there.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get a new patch tomorrow.
So it must be the voices have been heard.
Well, I think this was planned before, but when they did the release, but we found some more glitches, like in the Cup cars when it holds you on the jack for an extra 1.5 seconds in the pits after it's already fueled you and got your tires done. Instead of having 13-second pit stop, guys are having 15-second pit stops.
Yeah.
So. Pace car is off. Coming out of 4 here. Fridinger and Butler on the front row. Green flags in the air. We're underway. Ooh, big check up in the middle of the field right there. Paul Fridinger easily out to the front. Butler's going to fall in behind. Randy Angelin and Doug Lemon's going to go side by side. Lemons clips the wall on the 2. Angelin just lets him get into that 3rd position there, Rudy.
Yeah, it's he didn't waste any time moving into 3rd. That great job by Doug. Definitely
split up in this field, Rudy. Already look back about let's say 12th place. That's a huge gap. Those guys fell back for some reason.
Yeah, Robleski leading that second pack around here. And Robleski was very fast in practice. Did that checkup do that much, Roger?
Well, I think it's because he's really loose, like right there.
Yeah.
That was a good catch. But I think he checked everybody up because he was really loose off the 2 early, and that just kind of dropped everybody back a ways.
Yes. So that whatever, if he did do a change on that setup, whatever he did, he must have went either too far or he went the wrong way, and it made him loose coming off the turns instead of going in, maybe, or whatever the deal was there. So, but he finds himself back in 18th spot now.
Yeah, that's big time loose. I'm watching the battle right now with Roy Hall and Vernon Markham back. And they've got Robert Summers coming right up behind that. He's trying to get in there too. That's for about 10th position, 9th position.
Yeah, this is a pretty good battle going on right there. One of the fast guys that we were looking at earlier, Mark Russell, riding in the 8th spot right here, seems to be just kind of riding it out right now, and I look for him to kind of ride out about half of this race and just kind of be there at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of his style.
Rick Walker right ahead of him in 7th, and we've got a pretty good battle going on here for 5th and 6th. Perry Snelson now taking a peek on the inside of the 87 of William Toney. Going into turn 1, looks like he's got him. Rick Walker now on the inside of William Toney as well, and it looks like Rick Walker passes him. So what's going on with William Toney, Roger?
I don't know, maybe he's either too loose or too tight, and he's waiting for the tires to come in. Meanwhile, Freidinger's gone. The battle is for 2nd. That's one of the better battles on the track. Freidinger's just gone.
Yeah, as Doug Lemons gets by Sean Butler now, and Sean going back to 3rd. I will probably be crowning him our champion here at the end of the night, folks, so stick around for us to interview him so he can talk about his season here at Midnight Motorsport and how he just literally smoked everybody out here. Did a great job. I shouldn't say smoke everybody because there was a lot of good races that he did not. First caution. Scott Barker. Yeah. Oh, he hits the inside wall.
Yeah, he did a ton of damage on that.
Yeah, we will go back and watch this. And I guess I didn't go back far enough. There we go.
He's all by himself. Rudy just kind of loops it, getting off a 2.
Yeah, that's...
Well, he had it saved for just a second. Well, and then he hit the worst spot you can hit. He hit that little piece of angled wall about 2/3 of the way down that back stretch. Yeah, they much damage on the front of that truck. Nose all caved in.
Yeah, he actually looked kind of good starting to come off a 2, and then it just like stepped out on him right there. And you know, we've seen this for the last couple of days now, Roger. We've been seeing this happen to. It just seems like there's no matter what you do to your vehicle, you just can't get that thing from doing that.
Yep. And all of our drivers are coming down pit road here to make a stop.
Let's get up here, Gary Freidinger on pit road. And he's
Butler with a 2-tire stop, and he'll get out first.
Yeah, wants that track position and wants to lead a lap. All right, so Sean
Freidinger
Butler
out second, and I believe Lemons came out third.
All right, so a little bit of a game changer here for Sean, wanting to get out there and lead a lap.
And he's done it.
All right.
Not that he needed the extra points.
Right. I guess just to solidify that championship, he wants to lead a lap and get that extra point. But, you know, like I told them guys coming into the race here tonight, you know, this was before Sean showed up. I said if he shows up, which, you know, I have a pretty good feeling that he would, he's not one to lay down and just say, well, I'll just go out and turn a lap and park it. Because
no, he's going to go try to win the race.
Right. He's got nothing to lose, you know. No.
He's a driver. You want to win the race.
Yeah, he doesn't want to incur a bunch of, you know, points. What do I want to say?
Points?
Yeah, but, you know, he wants... He wants... You're cutting out now. I got you cutting out, Roger. I can barely hear you.
That's crazy.
Yep. Say something. You want to go over to yours?
I don't know.
Let's go over to yours. You going over to your team speak?
Yes.
There you go. I was going to say I can't get in here.
Yeah.
Oh, and much better.
Better now?
Yeah. All right, just in time because I think we're getting ready to get the green flag here in just a second.
Good. I'm glad we got that fixed quick.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the connection to that TeamSpeak.
I don't know. It just, you know, we've got a lot of bad weather in the area right now, and East Coast is getting, well, mid part of the United States all the way to the East Coast is dealing with a lot of bad weather right now.
Yes, they are.
All right, Roger, we're getting ready to go green here. Pace car ducks off. Sean brings him to the line. And green, 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 and we're off and racing here at Richmond. Freidinger gets a great restart as well. Doug Lemon's trying to get in there and wants to slide up underneath Freidinger, but boy, Sean being pinched down kind of low didn't get a good run coming off the turn that time.
Angelin got into the wall. He's got damage on the right rear corner now. Snelson's all over him, inside of him, but Angelin clipped that wall coming off too, trying to get that drive off.
And
Mark Russell almost wrecked it.
All right, Freidinger on the inside of Sean Butler now. He tried the outside, that didn't work. And Sean gets such a great run coming off the turn right there. Freidinger still couldn't get by him. All right. Oh, David Robleski into it here.
All by himself. And he got off 4 a little wide and just couldn't stop it from looping around early on the tire.
Yeah, and this is what we seen the other night too, Roger. Just self-spins, you know, a lot of self-spins. Went up kind of high into turn 3, and when he tried to bring it down and keep it off of the wall coming off turn 4, it just went on around from her. So, all right, David Robleski bringing out caution number 2.
Yeah. It's all right. We're getting about 9 laps a run here, so.
Well, I'm sure these guys probably looking forward to whatever this patch deal is coming out tomorrow in iRacing. I'm sure they're looking forward to that to see how that's going to improve the vehicles, if it is or what, you know. But oh man, anything's got to be better than what these guys are trying to drive tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what all the patch is about. I know there's been a bunch of complaints about several bugs, several glitches, excuse me. And I think it's going to address a bunch of that things. We may get a couple more in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but right now I think they're trying to catch some of the known bugs and some of the big stuff.
Right, yep.
Hopefully fixing this crazy loose in these trucks will be one of them. I actually saw something funny on one of the forums today. It made me laugh. They were talking about that the setup was, the fixed setups were designed loose for the trucks so that the better drivers could turn faster laps. Now that completely flies in the face of what a fixed setup is about, to the best of my knowledge. Fixed setup is a setup that's supposed to be designed so that any level of driver can drive it, and the faster drivers are naturally going to turn a faster lap. It's not designed specifically for the more skilled, faster drivers. I chuckled for about 30 minutes after I read that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Well, you never know what you're going to read in them forums. People have their different of opinions about pretty much everything in there.
Hey, you know, and I say it all the time. You're completely entitled to your opinion, even when you're completely wrong.
That's right. Yep. Believe me, I voice my opinion a lot, and and I'm probably wrong 90% of the time, but that doesn't keep me from voicing my opinion.
Oh, I get a chuckle out of some of the bonehead things that get said in different places. It's pretty funny.
Well, 22 laps into this thing. We got just a little under 100 laps to go. Hopefully these guys can endure this. I believe this is, what, second caution already?
Yeah, second caution.
Yeah.
I think we'll get on a good green run. Guys are starting to figure out that they can't attack. So this will settle down real fast. We won't have cautions for very long. This is a good bunch of drivers.
Sure are, yeah. Yeah, see, Gary's led 12 laps, and Sean's led 10 right now, and we're getting ready to go back to green.
I think so.
I wanted to double check and make sure, real quick, while you're going to call this down, but I'm going to go back and check on Mark Russell real quick and make sure his pitcher is working, and it is. There you go, Mark.
Green flag's in the air, and we are underway again. Sean Butler with a good start. Gary Freidinger right there. Snelson and Lemon side by side getting down in turn 1. They're going to stay. And Freidinger, huge run off the exit right there. Wow, what a run he got.
Definitely. With them two still side by side, door to door. And boy, Sean comes off the corner, loose as a devil. But
Mark Russell and Rick Walker into each other.
no caution, though?
No caution. They both went down through the grass. I'm kind of surprised that the admin didn't throw one there.
Well, let's go back to the Russell.
Just barely, because he didn't get any damage.
Go back here and take a look at this while they're under green. Oh, it looks like Rick Walker come right up the hill into Mark Russell.
Yeah, I think he saw the 47 get loose in front of him, and he went to adjust for that, and Russell was already there.
Oh, my. Mark hits the inside wall pretty hard right there.
He didn't end up with any damage, though.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, ain't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's going to fall back to the 18th place, though. He's got a lot of ground to make up on this. Rick Walker 17th, Mike Vining back to 16th, Scott Barkman 15th, Bob Roberts in 14th.
Roberts getting past right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good battle going on right there between them two. And Mike Vining, or no, that's not Mike Vining anymore. That's Scott Barkman. And yep. Scott Barkman into it. We had Scott Barkman and no caution. There's the caution. Wow,
looks like Vining's caught up in that.
Yeah, that was really kind of delayed. We're going to watch here and see as he does get by Bob Roberts here. Bob Roberts was kind of blinking on that deal. And Scott Barkman goes way down below him. I think he caught the apron there just a little bit, kind of lost his momentum. And that, yeah. Oh, and Mike Vining plows into him, so both of them guys going to get a lot of damage. Scott didn't have any damage there until Mike Vining hit him. So it looks like maybe Scott has taken his car behind the wall. Let's get back up here. Sean Butler coming down pit road.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of guys are coming down pit road. Yeah, and the 19 will have to park. That is his second incident for the night, and that's a league rule.
Oh, okay. And it looks like Robleski. I'm showing David Robleski staying out. Wanting to lead a lap. Sean taking all 4 tires? Yes, he did. Great.
I think the 70 only took 2 again. Or took 2 this time, I mean, to pass the 18. I'm going to go back and look at that, but I think he only took 2 tires.
Who was that?
Doug Lemons.
No, I think he took 4. He had a 13.8 second pit stop right in there with everybody else.
He did. He did take 4. I watched the left side of that truck. Come on. Man, Freidinger's stop was really, really slow.
Yeah, he had a 15.4 second pit stop. That's going to put him back to the 4th place after all the pit stops are done.
Yeah, Robleski out front. And still not pitting.
Yeah, and all he did was that spin earlier there, but he didn't hit nothing. So, that's a good thing for him. He has been on pit road once today, and I think that was on the very first caution, but we may see him come down pit road. Yeah, I think he's coming down pit road now, yes. Wanted to stay out and lead a lap. So, good call. These guys wanting to stay out and lead laps. And that's going to put Sean Butler back up in the lead again. Sorry if I'm a little distracted, Roger. You might have to help me out a little more tonight, because this really is a nightmare. Trying to hold your headset. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to do everything one-handed. So, man, well, there will be a new headset tomorrow, I can assure you. I forgot. I actually forgot about it yesterday because I didn't feel too good yesterday, so I just did what I had to do. Went to town and picked up what I needed to at the store, and I come right back home.
Oh, I get that way sometimes when I'm focused on something and I know I need something else. I just don't go grab it.
Yep.
It's just too easy to get my stuff done and get back home.
I gotta run.
I'm glad that my problem tonight isn't my headset, because I was afraid my headset was going bad. But I seem to be fine in here, and I haven't had a problem in here.
Yeah, I've heard this too many times about, when people having trouble with TeamSpeak, and that's just exactly the trouble that they're having, just what you're having tonight. And it's just a matter of all about location, where you're at compared to the server, and if the server's having issues. But anyhow, yeah,
you're on it.
Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Doug Lemons gets a great restart. So does Freidinger. Freidinger on the inside of Doug Lemons, going to go into turn one. And we've got the 47 of Angeline right there. Angeline.
Well, Jason Seislow has broken into the top 6 trucks tonight. We haven't really said anything about him, and he's running up there running in 6. Just got passed by Curtis Nelson for 5th place.
Freidinger into 2nd. Now Lemons into 3rd. Angelin in 4th. Perry Snelson. He restarted 2nd there a little while ago, and he didn't seem to hang in there too awful long with these guys, but I think he's finally made some adjustments on that truck and got that thing to where it is working a little bit better now. Sizelove, yeah, great job by the Slim Jim truck there, Jason Sizelove.
Mike Vining back on track 2 laps down. Looks like he's just way off the pace now.
Roy Hall way up the hill, allowing the 30-30 of Vernon Markham to get by him. And now the 34 of Robert Summers coming into the picture on the inside of Vernon Markham.
Good run there through the corner for the 34 truck. Yeah, he had a great rotation in the center and good drive off. That actually helped him complete that pass.
Yeah.
I'm back here watching Mark Russell a real quick read. And he is really trying to carve his way through these guys. He's catching a couple trucks in bad positions on the entries to these corners where he gets up very close. He's having to back off. It's costing him some time, but I think it's just a matter of time before he clears and he starts making a run at the top 5. Oh, he got into the 26 truck there, or the 29 truck, I'm sorry. Nicholas Stone. He spun it out. That's Robleski's 2nd for the night.
Oh, man. All right, so David Robleski getting into that. We will go back and check that out. I'm a little slow at this, guys. Give me a minute. All right, we're back here. Not too bad for one-handed. A lot of trucks dancing around up ahead of him. Oh, did he ever get in the back of him?
Yeah, just got in there a little faster than the 29, got in the left rear corner of him, and it knocked the front end loose on his truck, and he just could not recover it.
He almost had it saved there coming off of turn 4, but it just kind of just went. I think he got back in the throttle thinking he had it saved, and when he did, it just went right on around. Those tires being hot from sliding like that, you know.
Yeah, that just happened so quick.
Yep. All right, let's get up here to Sean Butler. Is he coming down pit road? Yes, he is. Freidinger staying out this time. Let's see what kind of pit strategy Sean's got. I expect to see a 2-tire change here on this. Right side's going on. Left side's going on. So 4 tire change. He may have made a setup change right there or something. Could have been an air pressure change or whatever.
A bunch of guys stayed out.
Yeah.
That's going to put all these guys a lot further back in the field than I bet they were thinking, because a lot of trucks stayed out right there, about 5 or 6.
So Freidinger up in the front now, back in the lead. Yeah, that's going to put Sean back in 7th. Doug Lemons in 8th. Angelin back in 9th. Robert Summers 10th. Vernon Markham back in 11th. Believe Sizelove's going to, no, he's way back. Brent Keith going to be in 12th. And Roger, let's talk about them points real quick, because with Brent Keith knocking on the door of 3rd place without Lancaster showing up tonight, what's that going to do in the points?
It should put him 3rd. All he had to do is make up 20 points, and pretty much by starting the race, he made that up. With the number of trucks that we had, he made that up. So Brent Keith should come home with 3rd place tonight. But Butler already 1st, and I'm fairly certain that Robleski was going to stay in 2nd, because the gap was so big between he and Brent Keith already without Lancaster here that nobody could catch him. So our top 2 are pretty much locked. 3rd place is the only position that really is going to change hands here.
All right. Well, that's probably good news for Brent Keith. I don't know if he's watching this or listening to this while he's racing, but that's just totally unofficial. We don't, we can't tell you that officially until the race is completely over and all the points are added up. But unofficially, it looks like Brent Keith may take that 3rd spot from David Lancaster. And that's a shame. I'm really hoping David would be here tonight, to defend that 3rd place finish in the points, and at least be on the podium. Taking 3rd place in the championship's got to be quite a feet here.
For this group, finishing in the top 5 in points is pretty good.
Yeah.
And maybe he's in the middle of some of them storms and they're without power or something. I have no idea. I'm just speculating here. I believe we're getting double fouled here, and this is going to be my turn.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm going to roll off lap number 46 when we take the green here. Not quite halfway yet. Base car's off, green flag's in the air, and we are back underway. Good restart there. Big check up midfield. They got it all sorted out really fast.
All right, the number 12, Snelson, trying to hang with Freidinger up in the front. And Roy Hall in 3rd. Roy doing a great job trying to keep that thing up into the front here. And that's what he's going to have to do to try to run well here. William Toney now going back to 4th. And look who's up in 5th.
Yeah.
Mark Russell. Great run for Mark.
Oh, I just watched Walker cream the wall coming off too, right when that truck messed up. Sean Butler's all over Mark Russell.
Oh, yeah. Those two love running each other, too. About as much as Mark or Sean do with Freidinger. They love racing each other up there. A lot of fun.
Snelson hanging on to 2nd. I actually think he's kind of holding this bunch up. Roy Hall's getting really good runs on the entries to him, and Roy's got to protect his position. He's under fire from Sean Butler now, but I think Snelson actually looked like he was kind of holding that group up a little bit there.
Sean Butler gets a great run on Roy Hall. Roy going up high, leaving that door open. Mark Russell loose.
Contact from the 70. He got into the back of him.
Oh, and Mark comes up and hits somebody too. Oh man, he hit the 33 of Vernon Markham. I don't know if he didn't know he was there or what. Kind of lost him in that blind spot, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's no caution, but that was, yeah, there's no way he didn't know he was there, really. I mean, Spider had to tell him truck outside.
Well, Sean's, let's see, Sean is in what, second? Roy's in third.
Yeah.
So great job by these guys. William Toney going all the way back to the 10th spot now. Holy smokes.
Doug Lemons on Perry Snelson right here for about 4th place.
Well, Doug Lemons must have got by Perry Snelson. And Doug rolls into 4th.
Freininger got to the front and has driven almost 2 seconds now.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. He's on a roll. He's out there in clean air. You know, we talk about that a lot, Roger. Clean air being a big factor on how a lot of these vehicles react on the tracks. And he's out there in clean air. Could make a little bit of a change when he comes up on some lap traffic. He may have a little bit of a different idea how that truck's going to react.
Doug Lemons is working on Roy Hall right now through 3 and 4 here. Should have him down here in 1 2 if he can hold that position. And a new 3rd place truck.
Yes, sir. Doug Lemons rolling into 3rd. All right, Perry Snelson kind of falling back a little ways. And Randy Angelin all over him. Keeping the pressure on Snelson now. And
oh, he killed the inside wall. I don't know if that's from Randy caution out. Vernon Markham. Looks like he's going to get it righted and going, but he killed the inside wall.
I'll go back here and take a look at this real quick.
This truck is destroyed all around now. Had a lot of left side damage from the incident with the 9 truck. But now he's got tons and tons of damage. Front end is all mashed up.
Drove it in here pretty hard. Rick Walker on his inside. And those two almost touch. Oh, and he never did save it coming down the front stretch. And all it was he was trying to keep it off of Rick Walker because they did not touch. But he gets it back going.
Any contact.
Very close, but no cigar.
He's very, very loose at the exit of 4 anyway. I think getting the left side mashed in jacked his spoiler up enough that he's just really loose on his exits now.
Let's get up here and check on Rick Walker. He's got a little bit of right corner damage, but I think that was from when he hit the wall earlier. That's not from touch and Burnham because they didn't touch. Rick running in the 9th position right now, running real well.
Yeah, he's clipped the wall and clipped the truck. Otherwise, he'd actually be pretty clean. He'd probably run a little further forward. He's just fought a little bit of traffic, and you know, it breaks your momentum every time you do that.
Mark Russell now just passed up Perry Snelson to take over the 6th spot from Perry. So great job by Mark. He is on his way to the front here, Roger. Randy Angelin is really running well tonight, man. I am impressed with the driving that he is doing. Started 3rd, here he is running in 5th. Doing a heck of a good job. Roy Hall still hanging on in 4th. These guys catching up to looks like the 14 of Mike Vining, getting the heck out of the way. He is 3 laps down, but he gets out of the way from the leaders, giving them plenty of room.
Yeah, he was involved in that deal with Barkman earlier, and I think it's really hurt the motor on that truck.
Yeah, he's really struggling right now just to try to keep up the pace speed. Running in the 16th position out there, and He's 2 laps down right now, I believe, to the leader. And caution is out.
Down Vernon Martin spins it in the front stretch. And that was almost.
Whoa.
That was almost dangerous for the leader. Because the 2 leaders were coming.
We will go back here and take a peek at it.
Oh, and he got hit by Doug Lemons well after.
Oh, no.
Well after. Yeah, well after. He was completely stopped. And he held his position. He did not move. He held the brake down. He did not move.
Yeah, he got really loose there coming off a 4. Tried to save it. And, yeah, coming along here, it looks like Doug Lemon's trying to sneak between him and the wall. And that looked like that blew the motor on Doug Lemons' truck.
I believe it did.
Well, I don't know, man. Let's see if we can. He's still going around here, but don't have very much power.
That's just unfortunate for Doug Lemons there. He just came up on the guy, and I don't know if he thought maybe he was going to move or what the deal was, but Markham just held it still so that everybody could clear him, and it just, unfortunate.
All right, looks like a 4-tire change for both of our leaders here. Sean Butler, Gary Freidinger, and those 2 back out on the track now. But we've got a brand new leader up front, Brent Keith. He was, but he did not stay out long enough to lead a lap. I'm sure these guys, he's probably already done the math on it and figured out he doesn't really. Oh, now it scores him as leading a lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he crossed the line just in time. So, all right, so that's going to put Gary Freidinger back up front.
Yeah, Freidinger, Butler, Angelin,
Brent Keith
Roy Hall.
Brent Keith did a 4-tire change. Good, Brent. Yeah, good. Roy Hall up in 4th. Gary and Sean both had. Gary had a 14.6 second pit stop, and Sean had a 14.7.
Oh, there's a little difference there. So.
Yep, 1/10 of a second different. They can't even measure that, can you?
Well, he made it through the halfway point 5 caution, so we're better than halfway home now, buddy.
Roger that. All right, this is caution number 5, and we've had 8 lead changes up in the front. We've had some of the guys, let's see, Gary's led 39 laps, Sean's led 27, Brent Keith led 1, and I think we had one other guy here that led, yes, David Robleski.
Okay, I thought Mike Vining led a lap, but he might have been in it.
David Robleski led 1 lap. It looks like Vernon Markham's still sitting on pit road. And Mike Vining is back off of pit road. 1 lap down, I'm showing him right now. And the lights are off on the pace car.
I don't believe it's your turn, sir.
Yes, sir. We will be going back to green, taking lap 71 this time by, folks. Been a pretty good race, Roger. These guys dealing with these loose conditions, and really, basically what we've seen is the guys struggling with that loose condition and some self spins. Not really anything drastically where anybody's touched to bring that caution out.
Yeah, most of it's self spins. I mean,
pace car's off. And Gary Freidinger takes a green flag. Sean Butler gets a great restart right with him. This is going to be the battle to see who goes into turn 1 first. Still still side by side. Boy, a lot of guys checking up a little bit there. Oh, we got one in the back.
I think Brent Keith got turned back there.
Brent Keith.
Yeah, I think he might have got turned. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. But I know the 47 Bob Roberts was down his inside.
Yeah, we're
Yep, right up into him. He just drove right in that left rear corner.
And this was right after the restart here. These guys taking the green flag. Oh, he sure did. Oh my.
Yeah, he just came off the corner and got into that left rear and turned him around.
Yeah. Well, Bob Roberts is going to have a little bit of nose damage on that, I'm sure, but Brent Keith didn't hit the wall or anything, and that little bit of side damage I don't think is really going to affect his performance, but he's probably really superheated them tires up now. He's coming down pit road to get some work done.
Nothing to lose here. Got a little dent in the left rear quarter panel. Nothing really to lose by coming down pit road.
Right. So we may see him sit there for a few minutes, but let's get back up to our leader, Gary Freidinger.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to come in. We barely got a lap in here, so.
Roger, did you want to go down there and talk to anybody?
Oh, I'm sure we can.
Well, I will open a mic for you. Go for it.
Andy Angeline, Roger Wagner in the booth. You got a copy? I'm here. Buddy, it looks like it's been pretty fast and furious out there when we've been under green. Looks like a lot of guys are pretty equally matched. How you feeling about the piece you got underneath you tonight?
Well, I'm just trying to drive it clean. Keep out of people's way.
Well, a lot of the yellows we've seen tonight have been for self-spins. That last one was the first one for real, contact. Is everybody kind of fighting the same thing, a loose-off condition, or is it just the fact that guys are just over-driving a little bit?
Now, when I get loose, I'm over-driving it.
Yeah, that was kind of my assessment. It looks like guys might be just jumping back in the throttle a little bit. Well, man, you seem to be the guy that kind of paces himself. I've watched you race for a long time, and you seem to be the guy that kind of paces himself a little bit. You think you could save a little bit here and go up there and get the 88 and the 18 towards the end of this thing and steal the last race of the season victory?
No, because I joined 2 races ago. I don't want to run anybody's season, so I'm not going to try.
All right, buddy. We'll have a good one, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you at least on the podium this season at the end of the event.
All right.
Kind of feeling the same way I think everybody, that I was feeling. The guys are just over-driving their exits a little and getting loose.
Yeah, that's highly possible. These guys, like we talked about earlier in the, this past weekend here after that build, a lot of it, I think, Roger, is everybody's got to go back to school and learn how to drive these things all over again.
Yeah, and that's been brought up a couple of times this last week. As a driver, you're going to have to learn all over again from the ground up how to drive these things on this new tire. And some guys are going to catch on to it quicker than others. So it's just like anything. There's going to be a learning curve.
All right, we're getting down close to the 40 to go here. We've got about 44 laps coming to the line and getting ready to go green.
The usual suspects, Freidinger and Butler up front. Pace cars off.
Go ahead.
And green flags in the air. We are back underway. Nice even start there. Actually, Butler, I think, got the jump on Freidinger, but we'll see if he can clear him from down here on 1 and 2.
Yeah, that last restart, man, Sean just shot out there ahead of Freidinger, but boy, not as good that time. Freidinger, I think, outsmarted him.
And Summers and Angelin having a good battle here for third.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a side-by-side going into turn 1 battle here. Nobody wanting to give it up.
Mark Russell's moved himself into the 6th position behind Roy Hall there, and we'll see if he can work his way past these guys so we can stay green. We got big 2 wides back here from him on back. I just watched Williams almost kill the wall.
Yeah, I don't know how he kept that off the wall. That was really close. And let's see, we will, how about let's go up here and let's ride along with Rick Walker for a minute.
He's working Snelson's bumper over. Then he loses a bunch of ground in 3. A little loose off the corner there. I think he's just getting the throttle down a little early, but he's got right rear corner damage, and I think it's kind of not letting him plant the way he needs to plant.
Running in the 9th place though, and well, not good after starting 6th, but he is still in it, and you know, that's what that means a lot here at a race as slick as this, and you know, with this truck and everything. So man, okay, Roy Hall up high. Looks like Mark Russell going to be going to the inside of him. Mark Russell going for position. Looks like he does clear Roy Hall.
And I'll change the 5th position over. Now we'll see if Russell can go up here and chase Angelin down and take the 4th position. Rick Walker's got position on Perry Snelson down the front stretch here. And he's going to take that spot. Going to take over the 8th spot.
Yes, he does. It was just a matter of time. He was, I think he was working him up to that point where he was gonna pass him. It was just a matter of time. Snelson going backwards though, and kind of uncharacteristic of Snelson to be going backwards. He's usually going forward.
Yeah, and he may be one of the victims of the new build blues. You know, I think that's what we'll call it for a little while here.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe not getting the full grip on it right away, but it won't take him long. He's a pretty smart guy. He'll figure it out pretty quick.
Size Love running in 7th in the Hot Wheels Slim Jim truck. He's having a pretty good night out here. I haven't seen him caught up in anything or slipped or anything in any of the turns, Roger. So he's maybe he's got a decent setup, or he is just backing his turns up really, really good.
Well, Butler is starting to ease in here on Friday. It's just a matter of 3 or 4 laps, and he's going to have it here.
Yeah, well, I think we're finding that, you know, like we were talking the other night, Roger, about it seems like after you get 5-6 laps on these tires, they do start coming in. So maybe that's what Sean's experiencing right now.
And maybe that's what his setup needed, was 4, 5, 6 laps, and then it would start inching him forward, because he's chopped down about 1/10 and a half in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, and he's still closing in. He's there within a half a second of them. But boy, Freidinger is really good off the turn 4.
Yeah, he seems to have his truck hooked up from the center out, which is what I like to have, is from the center out. I want to be able to drive off and make that straightaway as long as possible. And it looks like Butler actually gets down in the corner a lot better, but he's not getting out quite as well. So they're coming up on lap traffic here.
Yeah, and this is going to mean how Freidinger's going to deal with this lap traffic as he goes by. I believe, wasn't that Vern? Yeah, Mike Vining, excuse me.
Martin has made it back on the track, even though he's 7 laps down.
Yeah, good deal. So 15 trucks left out there. Looks like Doug Lemon's taking his truck behind the wall, done for the day. And well, let's go back here and check on Brent Keith. I wanted to check on him and see where he is running. Way back here in 10th place. Nobody challenging him from behind, but had that little bit of damage on his truck. Looks like he got it enough to get it back out there and into the race, and then he's in the top 10.
Back here watching 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. All battle a little bit right here. 5th and 6th and 7th, I mean, are really getting at it right now. Angelin and Roy Hall.
Yeah, I'm watching Roy Hall here. He's
Caution,
caution
caution,
left.
caution. That's Sean Butler. I believe that's Sean Butler that hit the wall, folks.
Oh no, not a big hard hit, but enough that wow.
Got down the corner. It just got loose with him. He backed it in the fence. It's got damage on the back.
Yep. We'll go back and take a look at that. I just don't have enough hands.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic of Mr. Butler to hit the fence like that, but that's product of this thing. You get down in there, you got either too much front brake or it's a little loose on entry, and she'll snap around in a heartbeat with you. He's going to have to go in there, going to try to pull that left rear fender out a lot.
A lot of people had to check up on the track to avoid hitting him as he got that thing back up and going.
He's really lucky those guys were able to stop. He hit the wall. He just went ahead and threw it down in gear and tried to drive it away before everyone got there. They were closing on you quick. It's a good thing those guys were able to get on the brakes and not spin out.
Yeah, okay. Him and Gary Frieding are both on pit road. And I would venture to say he might sit there. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how much damage he's got. Whether he might just say, I'm not even going to bother fixing it.
I doubt he does.
Nope. He's gone.
He'll take his chance to see how it dries before he does anything to it, I think.
Yeah, track position is very important, so.
Yeah.
And that's going to get him out about fourth on the field, so not a bad place for him to, after all he went through. But it looks like Vernon Markham and Mike Vining have both taken their trucks behind pit road, calling it a day. So 12 left out in the race.
I have Nicholas Stone, the 13th truck.
I'm sorry. No, Mark Russell, 13th.
Okay.
Yeah, after they cross the line, I'm sure that's where it'll show.
Yeah, probably. Probably so, yeah, it looks like it.
But Mark Russell. And it looks like Mark only did a 2-tire change, too.
Well, ever since he got back in the pack, he hasn't really come forward too easily.
All
it's
right,
like he's having problems passing people, really.
Yeah, Robert Summers going to be starting third. Jason Sizlove in second. First time he's been up this close to the front. Started 17th on the field at the beginning of this race, and here he is running second. And another one of them trucks, Roger, that has kept that truck pretty clean throughout the whole race.
Yeah, been really smart, not put himself in a bad position, and when someone's, tried to force him into a bad position, he's just given way and let him have it, and then works his way back by. So we'll see what he does, these last, 25 laps?
Yeah.
We're down to the last 25. Wow, this went by quick.
Yeah, it did. Actually went by quicker than I thought. But it can't end too soon for me because, man, holding this mic on my head is not fun. Well, I'm going to have to kind of rig it a little bit tonight to get me through until tomorrow, so.
Right.
I mean, they're good microphones and everything, but it's a Turtle Beach. But I have not had very good luck with them.
The one I've got on my head, I've had about 3 years now.
The first set I had, the same here, and I didn't even have it a month. And I don't know what happened. The wire come off in the left earpiece or something.
Wow.
And then this is the second one. I've had it for quite a while, probably 6-7 months. And now this left earpiece is broke right off of the whole headband that goes over your head. Wow. All right, well, they're going back to green. Pace car's off. Green flag is out. Sizlove trying to hang with Friedinger, but did not get a good start on it. And it looks like the 34, Robert Summers, going to take over second. Sean Butler, look at the jump Sean Butler got as he comes in third.
He got a whole lot of damage fixed in a real short period of time on that truck because that rear spoiler is really straight again.
Well, I don't know. It kind of looks a little messed up to me, though. It's still, it's a glitch. It looks fixed, but it's not. 'Cause I'm still showing it messed up.
Huh.
Yeah, it's all wrinkly. Matter of fact, I can go to the rear cam here, and you can see that it's pretty wrinkled up.
See, it looks really straight on mine.
MaxSpeedTV on there is a little wrinkled.
Yeah, mine looks pretty good compared to what your view is showing.
Yeah, even looking at it from the back here, you can see that it's got a lot of scratches across the back. And like I said, it didn't look like he hit it a whole bunch. And obviously, it may have affected it just a little bit, but he is still running in third. Not to be denied this chance to possibly win it tonight, but I don't know. Freidinger up there, the class of the field. I don't know. I don't think he's got enough to get up there and tangle with Freidinger.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter if he wins the race. He's got the championship in hand, and I think he just wants to cherry the top of the cake too.
Absolutely, I don't blame him. He's got nothing to lose out there, you know.
Oh no,
incident points if they do have that set to where you do lose incident points, but I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't believe we're using those here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I do remember that from last season, them telling me that. So, oh, that's good. Good, you don't lose any incident points.
Yeah, it's real good for some guys. I mean, you know, you get a couple cautions, you could lose a couple, 2 or 3 points. Even if you had to park, you lose more because you finish lower in the standings. So,
man, I'll tell you what, Summers is working over the back end of Freidinger's truck. Now Freidinger's saying, you know what, you're just getting a little too close to me, this close to the end of the race. And I think Freidinger's starting to drive the wheels off of that thing.
it's kind of a really interesting deal because the splitter on Summers' truck is all jacked up on the left side. It's letting a bunch of air underneath of the quarter entry. I'm surprised he's not a lot tighter than he is.
He sure is giving Freidinger a run for his money, though. Here, 15 laps to go. Coming to 14 this time by. So we're getting down to the end of it, Roger.
Oh, yeah.
And these three have definitely pulled away from fourth place. Randy Angelin back there in fourth. Jason Sizlove fifth. Rick Walker up to sixth. Great run for Rick. This thing ain't over yet. Sizlove in fifth right now, and Rick Walker in sixth. Rick got a little bit of damage on the back of that thing, but I think he's okay. And he's running the MaxSpeedTV logo on his truck as well, Roger. On the back of it. On the front side of the spoiler.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's look back through the field a little bit further. Perry Snelson in seventh. Mark Russell in eighth. I think before this is over, Mark's going to probably try to see if he can't work over that back bumper, Perry Snelson. As he makes a run here going into turn one, but not enough. I don't think. Boy, I don't know. Perry Snelson pretty strong.
Yeah, Perry Snelson washed way out right there.
Backs off the throttle and does let Mark go by. Now the 87.
Oh, and the 87 and the 412 touch.
Yeah.
Wait, Tony down. Good save by Tony. Unfortunate piece of contact there. He lost 3 spots because of that.
13 trucks on the track, and they're all on the lead lap, Roger. That's great. And all within 10 seconds of each other. All right, Perry Snelson still hanging on to 8. Roy Hall in 9th. Brent Keith 10th. Nicholas Stone in 11th. William Tony 12. And taking up the rear of the field, Bob Roberts back here in the 13th spot in the 13th truck. And I believe that's where he started, was in the 13th position. So,
well, don't look now. We're coming down to the 5 to go, and Butler's gotten up there. He's within striking distance.
oh, brother, we're going to get up here and watch this.
Just sure is. Down in the corner better.
Yeah, he got by Summers. I missed that pass, but boy, I'll tell you what little bit of damage Sean's got on that truck is not really affecting him at all right now. And we're getting down to it here, 6 laps to go.
If he can stay right in that position, right there, through 3 and 4, down that front stretch, he could get into 1 on the inside of Fredinger. He's just got to be there. Fredinger gets out of this corner so well, he pulls the truck like every stinking time.
Yep. Well, he didn't that time.
Butler was actually able to, not able to pull out on him right there. He doesn't want to, really power bomb it down in there, but I think he's going to give it a run down here late.
Yeah, hopefully he does keep it from sliding.
There's his run right there.
Yeah.
We'll have him now. Fredinger can do about it.
Yeah. But look for the crossover because Freidinger's good at it right here. Oh, and he gives Sean a bump. No. I don't think he meant to do that, but man, that was just enough. That caused a lot of damage on Sean's truck right there. And that's gonna probably pretty much ensure Freidinger winning this, but I'll tell you what, Summers is all over him now.
Yeah. He's got to run off of 2. It's not going to be enough to get him down to 3 as we come to 2 to go.
Well, let's see if Summers has got anything for him. I was afraid of that crossover because Freidinger's good at that, doing the crossover. You pass him up, you better hold that low line. And Gary's seen just enough room to get his fender down under, and Sean was trying to keep him pinched down there. Just good hard racing right there, and I don't think Sean can be upset about that. It was just hard racing. We'll talk to him here coming down to the end of it, but they're taking the white flag is in the air.
And Summers had a chance right there to put it down on the inside of Fredinger and didn't do it. I think I don't give him a break right there. I think I'll go ahead and shove it down in there and we just get down into 1, see what happens. But I'm just a little different when the white flag's in the air.
Yes, sir. Gary Freidinger bringing it across the line. Congratulations to Gary. Good run.
That was a good run. Interesting finish. I thought that Freidinger might back up when he couldn't really get a full truck in there, but he went and tried to pass him, and it happens.
Yeah, it sure does. Well,
it was good racing, though. Good top 3.
Well,
right under the blanket right there.
I guess we want to talk to him on the track, or do we want to talk to him?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Okay, yep. All right, let me open up a channel here, Roger, real quick. Hold on. I just don't have enough hands.
All right.
Okay.
On.
Gary Freidinger, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Well, first off, congratulations, Gary, bringing it home here, the season ender at Midnight Motorsports. You win this season closer for the league tonight. Tell us about them last few laps, because it looked like a blast you guys were having out there. I was afraid when Sean passed you, you were going to do that little crossover maneuver that you're noted for. I'm sure you didn't mean to touch him, but it happens. It was just hard racing. But tell us about them last few laps.
Yeah, that was, I don't want to win that way, definitely. Sorry to Sean for that. I tried the crossover on him, and I don't know if he just tried to hold the bottom or what, but I think I got the back to the gas just a little bit quicker than he did, and I didn't show any contact on my screen until he was sideways. So it was just kind of surprised me because I didn't think I didn't think I got into him.
Well, yeah, we didn't really look at the whole incident coming up to the end of it, but it looked pretty intense. It looked like a lot of good.
I messed up on my pit stop. I was really loose off with fuel in there, and I forgot to uncheck the fuel, so I had a full fuel tank there for that last run, and I was just kind of hanging on to it. But yeah, I mean, Sean had a great truck, and Robert there, he ran a great race there to start where he started and come all the way up from the back there. I mean, it was a good, fun race. Just hate to win it that way.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you kind of dropped your momentum a little bit there after getting into Sean, and Robert Summers closed up on you. Was you getting a little bit worried and driving in your rearview mirror to see when he was going to try to get a pass on you or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a teammate of mine, so you know, I wasn't gonna, you know, wreck him, you know, or drive him, you know, I wasn't going to try to drive him any different than normal, you know, but if he had his nose in there, I was going to try to give him some room.
Well, great race, Gary. You dominated out here today. You led 89 laps out of the 120. That's pretty respectable, brother, coming in to the season finale here. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to or a thank you to?
The guys at Midnight Motorsports, thank you for the season here. It was a lot of fun racing this, the races I could make it to. You guys up in the booth did a great job, and also the guys over at PMG.
Okay, Gary, thank you for talking with us there, brother. Good job. Roger?
Well, Robert Summers, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you started deep in this field tonight, 14th. You come home second. I felt like you had a shot there with the white flag in the air to go ahead and force the issue a little bit. Looked like you cut your teammate a little bit of a break there, let him come home and get the victory. And tell us about your whole race, and especially in the last few laps, all that action in front of you.
That was crazy in front of me. I got a little loose there on the outside of Gary, and if I'd have chased it, I was going to have to chase it into him or the wall. If I'd have stayed in it, so I'd have back out.
Yeah, it looked like he got loose coming and get the white off of 4 there, and you had a real good run, and I thought, well, he's going to go ahead and put it down on the inside of him, and we're just going to get down here and want to see who can hold it, and you really backed out. Was it a teammate thing, or was it that you just didn't think you could hold it getting down in there?
Yeah, I couldn't hold it down there. I would have had to slow way down, and he had to run off anyway, so instead of maybe wrecking myself or both of us, I just backed it off. No point in wrecking us both.
Well, all in all, it was a fabulous night. I mean, you did start deep. You passed a lot of cars to get there, and you bring it home second. Congratulations on that. Did you have anybody that you need to send a special thank you to tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Midnight Motorsports for having me, and of course thank PMG and Gary for the setup work.
All right, Robert, we look forward to seeing you back next season, and congratulations once again. And I believe, Rudy, not only do you have our third place finisher, but I think you got the champ, don't you?
Yes, sir. Sean Butler, you got a copy.
I got you, Rudy.
Well, Sean, congratulations. Let's get the race out of the way. Congratulations coming home third. You led 29 laps tonight. Good run. You slipped up there once, we seen, and cost you a little bit, tapped the wall. But tell us about them last few laps with you and Gary running, you know, coming to the end of this thing, and you know you're racing hard. Tell us about them last few laps.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulate Gary on that win there, but I just screwed up and brought out that caution by touching the wall, and it just got loose going into one for some reason, but thankfully I was able to save it with minimal damage, and I made an adjustment, put some air pressure in the right rear to make it a little looser on the beginning, and I was able to stay right with Gary, and man, coming to the end, I knew I had him. I was just biding my time and going into one, and I knew he was going to cross me over, but I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I did anything differently. I was just getting back in the gas hard, and then all of a sudden it just spun out on me. And I don't know how the heck. Not only did I save it and keep going, and almost, if they had raced for it, that meant I actually had something for them. But I was kind of shocked that I came home where I did. Didn't get too much damage.
Roger that. Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there, Sean. We didn't go back and look at it. Maybe we'll do that here shortly, but it looked like just good, hard, clean race, and I knew he was going to probably do that crossover on you. He's noted for doing that. That's kind of like his signature move out here, But you both ran an excellent race, and, well, I don't want to leave Robert out of that because the three of you challenging for this win here tonight did an awesome job, put on a heck of a show up front. But how did the truck feel out there for you tonight? A lot of loose spins coming off of turn 4. How did it feel for you?
Well, I got to thank Mark for giving me a setup. He told me it was tight, but it would loosen up. It would be good on the long run, and it sure was. It was a little tight in the beginning. I had nothing for Gary, but man, once a long green flag run was going, it wasn't loose at all off the corner. I was just full throttle off the corner. It was fine, so it was hooked up. It just too bad that had happened.
Sure thing. Well, Sean, don't go anywhere because we're going to try to come over there in that team speaking. We're going to talk about your season here at Midnight Motorsports. So hang loose and we'll be right with you.
Roger that.
Roger, you want to try to head over there? And
Yeah, we can. I want to tell you about a little surprise that I just got.
Okay.
I went and looked at the final point standings, and not only did our man Frodinger win the race tonight, he vaulted himself clear into the 3rd position in points.
No way.
So Butler wins it. Robleski brings it home 2nd. Frodinger comes home 3rd by 6 points.
Holy smokes.
Snatched it right away from Brent Keith.
Well, we will have to talk to him about that over there and see what he thinks of that, because I'm not sure if he even knows.
Yeah, we'll slide. See if we can slide over there right quick and
right.
have a chat in their teams.
All right, Sean. We were just talking about the points here. I think Roger had a little surpriser we had in the points, but let's talk about your season here real quick, Sean. If these other guys in here don't mind listening to us gab about it, what did you think of your season here at Midnight Motorsports?
I think he stepped away there, Rudy.
What?
Well, how about if I give you a surprise, Mr. Frodinger?
Uh-oh.
Not only did you win a race tonight, you vaulted yourself into the 3rd finishing spot for the season.
Oh, nice. I'll take that.
Yeah, you took that by 6 points over Brent Keith. With David Lancaster missing the race, he scored 0 points, and he stayed at 330. You jumped yourself all the way to 348. And Brent Keith's 13th place finish, I believe, tonight put him finishing 6 points behind you. So you, Robleski, and Butler finishing in the top 3, and your win tonight is what did it for you.
Oh, nice. Cool. Thanks for the update.
Well, congrats on the finish.
Thank you.
Sean, are you back yet? He must have went to the bathroom or something.
Maybe he expected us to run down the final results. So
Well,
let's do that,
okay.
and then we'll come back to him.
We can do that. All right, let's do that, Roger. Gary,
Hold on.
oh, there he is.
Hold on. Never mind. There we go. I
Okay,
had it turned down.
Sean, we're going to run down through the results real quick, and then we're going to talk to you about your season here, okay?
All right.
Okay, Gary Frodinger coming home in the first spot, of course. Robert Summers in 2nd. Sean Butler finishing 3rd. Randy
Angelin
in 4th. I'll get there. Just give me a little while and I'll get it. Jason Sizlove coming home 5th. Rick Walker coming home 6th. Great run for Rick tonight. Mark Russell, a little disappointing for Mark, but I think he'll take the 7th. Perry Snelson in 8th. William Toney 9th. Nicholas Stone in your top 10, Roger.
Roy Hall came home 11th. 12th went to Brent Keith. Bob Roberts in the 13th position. Mike Vining 14th. Vernon Margam was 15th. The 16th position, Doug Lemons. 17th to David Robleski. And rounding out the field tonight, Scott Barkham with a lot of early trouble.
All right. Okay, let's talk about your season now. Sean, at Midnight Motorsports, how did you think your season went? And first off, congratulations on your championship that you sewed up here tonight.
Well, Rudy, it was a great season. Besides 2 races, one I finished 6th, the other 9th. I think I finished top 3 every race. So to be able to do that week in and week out, that was just awesome. I don't know how the heck I could do it. I know I got to thank the guys over here, especially Patrick and Rick and stuff, for helping me out with setup, especially in the beginning, because I didn't have setups for these trucks. So they helped me out a lot, get me started, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
And Mark Russell. Don't forget Mark.
Oh yeah, Mark right here in this race. Yeah, I definitely had the race winning truck. I think it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Well, looking at the competition that you were up against out here each and every week, and now we in this last closing race here, having that tire model change in iRacing, making the trucks a lot looser. You have to actually, just like Roger and I talked about, you almost have to go back to school and learn how to drive all over again, And it's made a lot of people out here, the good drivers, really have to back up their corners. And I don't think there's anybody in here that would disagree with me on that. We've seen this in a lot of races in the last few days, that the guys are, a lot of cautions we've seen just because of the driving style happen to change. You've got to totally change how you've drove it ever before. So do you agree or don't you agree?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot different. I had set up a truck for this race, and I was able to drive it a lot deeper and a lot harder. And when that new build came out, and I was going to be gone all week, so I went in there on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning before I was leaving, and it wouldn't work. I tried making small adjustments. It was just so loose, and I had to rely on somebody to give me a setup when I got here tonight, and I just lucked out that Mark gave me his good setup, and it was definitely, it drove a lot different. When I first went out on the track, I just thought it was just way too tight, and then I just ran like 10 laps with it. I'm like, okay, it's a lot different. Brake point's different. You can't just jump right back in the throttle like you're used to. You definitely had to drive it a lot different.
Okay, well, you had tonight's. Well, I should say, you had the championship sewed up. You probably wouldn't even have had to show up tonight, or you could have started and parked. But I know that's just not your style. You had nothing to lose coming into this race. As far as the championship was concerned, you went out there, you raced hard, you raced to win the race, and you just wanted to not just take the championship by just kind of wussing out of it, and just take a start and park. You wanted to go out there and race with these guys. Does it mean that much to you to race with these guys or any guys coming into a championship knowing you got that much of a point lead?
It means a lot to do this with these guys. They're a great group of guys, and a lot of people around here in my life are like, because I was gone doing something this week, all week, and they're like, oh, why you got to be back for this time? And I'm like, hey, I got to do this. And they're like, well, you already said you won the championship. I'm like, yeah, but I can't not wait. I cannot race. I got to freaking show up and race. Come on, guys. I do it too much.
That's right. That's right. Good attitude to have, Sean. Congratulations on your championship. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of guys in here that want to congratulate you, but I'm going to let Roger take over right now, and he's probably got a bunch more questions for you.
All right. Thanks, Rudy.
All right, man. You guys covered a lot right there. I don't know how much more I can add, but man, week in, week out, you run at the front. You run against Mark, and you run against Gary. Doug Lemon's in the mix of that. When you race these guys that hard every single week, does it start to wear on you as the season goes through?
It doesn't wear on you. Actually, it makes you more comfortable racing with them because you can anticipate what they're going to do, and they
and early in the race, if you're faster, they'll just let you go, and same vice versa. I'll let them go. But when it comes down to the end, you know that they're going to race you clean, and you can race close together, and they're not going to just wreck you just for the win or anything like that.
Yeah, they're never going to try to cross you over at Richmond and just spin you into the wall and none of that
That's
stuff.
right. That's right. That'll never happen. Yeah, that's just one of them incidental things. He drove it in real lightly into the corner so he could get a good run off, and he just timed it incorrectly. It's just that's the way I look at it. He timed it incorrectly. And I wasn't far enough out of the corner for him to come that low on me. He just kind of barely touched my left rear corner. I've been watching it over and over again. I mean, he just barely touches it.
Yeah, it just looked like you had him timed, and he thought he had you timed, and you knew what was going to happen, and you just waited that extra split second, and coming up out of there, he got there just a little quicker than even I think he anticipated he was going to, and it just looked like it was a completely innocent deal. He was just trying to get you back, but we ran a bunch of races this season, and you three at the front every week, and I call you guys just the usual suspects every week. Watching you guys qualify and watching you guys run the races, it's so close and so tight, and only a couple of times have we really seen any contact. It's really a testament to the amount of skill that all of you guys have when you get out there, and I'm sure that makes it a whole lot easier to race each other. But you've always got to be on pins and needles the whole time, going, man, when's he going to make his move? What's he going to do? And I'm wondering, does that mentally wear you out week in, week out racing?
I knew I had something for Gary tonight. I knew I was better on the long run, and I didn't want to wait until the last lap to make a move. I knew he was gonna cross me over. I just wanted a chance to be able to race him. I think I would have been able to hold him off on the outside even if he'd got underneath me. I honestly think I had that good of a truck off the corner. So every week. And then, oh gosh, it's just one of those things. It's just we race hard, and things happen, and it's just it's just racing.
Well, and everybody, we all say that it's just racing, and we're watching on the replay right now as this starts to transpire right here through the exit of turn 2, and I see gaps in there, like maybe it was a little bit of net code, but it was still fantastic at racing, and I like watching you guys every week. I enjoy the heck out of it because you guys always battle really hard, and from week to week there's a different guy thrown into the mix. It can be 4 or 5 of you, but the long season, a lot of fast races, and I don't know, somehow you always seem to be at the front. One of these days I'm gonna have to get you to teach me your secret.
I wish there was a secret, man. I just try to, if I'm not fast enough, especially in the beginning of the runs, I'll just let people go. I let Doug go early on, and I made some adjustments, and I got my truck a little bit better, and that's, I don't know, that's just all I do is just race the track and what my truck will do, and make little adjustments during pit stops if we get them, and then just try to race everyone clean. I just try to keep my nose clean. I don't even know that's the second wreck I've been in, in the whole season. So,
well, that's always a plus. So now let's look forward as we're going forward, and let's touch on a couple of things. I mean, next season's going to start up here pretty quick, and I'm sure you're going to try to come back and defend your title. But with the new tire model, all the new toys that we're getting, what is going to be the biggest challenge going forward, trying to stay the top dog in the deal here?
Well, like you said it, man. The new tire model really threw a wrench into all the setups that I've been working on throughout this whole season. I haven't tried to go anywhere else, but I'm sure it's going to change everything up, and that means everyone's going to have to be working on whole new setups and trying to make their truck drive just as good as it used to at these tracks. It's going to be, I think that's going to be the really tough thing. It's just all new setups, or adjusting those setups to make them drive as good, because the same setup I had for here was just so stinking loose. You couldn't even hold on to it out of the corner. So I don't know what's going to do for every other track.
So, without pulling punches, without being politically correct necessarily, give me your impressions of this new build and what you think across the board everyone's going to have to do to match up.
It seems like they made it dry. They tried to make it more driver. Because you got a lot of people with these, especially the fixed setups, you can just mash the throttle out of the corners and it just sticks. And now you can't do that anymore. So people have to change their driving styles. And I like it. I like it being loose. I like it being I have to drive it off the corner. And it's definitely. Everyone can't just run it as fast as they want to. They got to actually, use throttle management even in these trucks now, and it'll save the tires. If you keep hanging off loose off the corners all the time, you're going to get real loose. So it's going to be hard to drive. I wish it didn't change up the setup so much, but that's just the way it is. I think that's the biggest thing I don't like about it. Other than that, it seems like it's pretty good. I haven't done a lot of racing with it yet, so it's hard to really say exactly, put a positive or a negative on it. Just only have this one race on it, so we'll see what we get moving forward.
Well, I appreciate your candid answer, and I have to agree. I think they made it a whole lot more driver dependent, and now you can't be as aggressive as you once were. I think guys are going to have to learn a lot more control with their feet than they ever had to have with their hands. So I'm 100% with you on that, and we're going to see the face of this change a lot. In the next 12 weeks, probably, before people get a handle on it. And the learning curve's always the same. Some guys just grasp it quicker than others, no matter what you do. But I think you're right. I think everything's going to be more driver, based on the driver, not so much based on the equipment, not so much based on the setups. I think that the driver's still going to have to drive it, because I'm with you. I put my setup in. I couldn't get into the corner tonight on the same one that I'd raced the heck out of last season, and it wouldn't even get down in the corner. I never got a chance to get off of the corner, so I had to start from basically square one with practice with you guys, and it's still really loose off the exits. But I agree 100% with you on your assessment of it. But let's kind of get this back to Rudy, and I'm going to wrap it up by saying, man, congratulations on the championship. I look forward to watching all of you guys again next season, and hopefully we'll get to see the same kind of racing even with the new tire model.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. It should be a great time, and look forward to racing with all these guys again.
All right. Ricky, is there anything you wanted to say to Sean here?
Well, congratulations, and it's been a pleasure racing with you guys, and just really congratulations, Sean. Great job doing what you've done.
Thanks, Ricky. Thanks for doing these races, and I wish Patrick was here, so I thank him since he's the league owner. But that's you're the number 2 guy, so it's I just enjoy the heck out of these races. You guys put on a good show, and thanks, Rudy and Roger, for doing some great commentating up there.
All right. Anybody else want to say anything to Sean, congratulating him or anything? No?
I would like to say congratulations, Sean, on the championship, and I apologize for tonight.
It's okay. Things happen in other races, buddy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, what I wanted to talk to you afterwards is pretty much exactly what you guys were talking about there. Like I didn't feel I got into you. There was a little bit of net code, but I'll take full responsibility for it.
Yeah, it probably would have. It probably would have happened anyhow, but there, I took a real close-up shot of it, and it looked like there might have been about 6-8 inches in between you two. So there was probably a little bit of net coding there.
Yeah, I don't like to race that way though. So I'll take responsibility for it. It was my fault. I got into them.
It's good hard short track racing, and we were coming down to the very end there. We saw it. We saw that we knew that it could happen from the booth. We saw the crossover move coming, and I was afraid if you got there early, Sean was going to try to hold that down and keep you back there, and I was afraid there was going to be some contact. I really didn't think you guys hardly touched at all, and the next thing I knew, he was spinning.
Yeah, it was I did. I've been driving that flat into that corner the entire race. I'm sure you guys seen that. I haven't been sweeping it in there, so I was like full on the throttle when I watched myself in the replay, and that's when he just barely touched me. And that's probably because I was full throttle. That's why it spun out so hard.
Yep. All right, guys. Good job.
Only I can wreck off a corner and not bring out a caution like that. Huh?
Well, congratulations, Sean.
Thanks, Barry.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up here, the season finale at Midnight Motorsports. And our winner was Gary Freidinger in the race tonight, and actually brought him clear up to the third place in points. Congratulations to Sean Butler for his championship here tonight. And who was it that was in second, Roger?
David Robleski.
Yeah, David Robleski. Good job by David coming home in the second place. So, all right, and that'll wrap it up for tonight. We will see you tomorrow night here on MaxSpeedTV.